Halito ang kana ayokli, sa Hochipoyat Brian Oster at Lipat High Country News. It's our last week of digging through HCN's archives issue, so here's an archive I bet you never thought about: oyster shells. Did you know that oyster shells retain chronological records of water temperature, acidity, salinity, and turbidity? They're kind of like tree rings, but for coastal waters, and they've also given scientists evidence of a specter haunting Pacific oyster beds. A mystery worm.
It kills the oyster?
No.
It poisons the people?
No, darling, it's worse. It kills the market value.
Merde.
This unknown shell-boring parasite has scientists on the lookout, and Carly Cassella has the full story. So cannabis has been legal for a while now in some states, but what do we know about how cannabis farms impact the environment, or local economies for that matter? Very little, it turns out, at least so far, because there was no research being done when cannabis was illegal. But some folks are working to change that now. HCN's Theo Whitcomb spoke to ecologist Phoebe Parker-Shames, who's gathering data about the cannabis industry's relationship to ecosystems and economies in southern Oregon. She says that even now, research is difficult because no two farms are the same. And she wants alarmists to shift their thinking away from, oh, we shouldn't grow cannabis, to more like, what are the best ways to grow cannabis? Fourth-generation Chinese New Mexican Amy Toei Mei Tang didn't learn much about her ancestral history growing up. Her grandparents called themselves Americans and spoke English instead of Cantonese, ate Chinese food with forks and knives, and refused to discuss their roots. But Amy wanted to know more. HCN's Wufei Yu scoured the National Archives in San Bruno, California, and turned up a story of struggle, discrimination, and assimilation. It takes us through a saga of steamship rides across the Pacific, Mandarin poetry etched into the walls of the holding barracks at Angel Island, shifting legislation and anti-Chinese crackdowns that left people stranded or worse, and the hard work and pioneering creativity of Cantonese merchants and field workers fighting for their rights in Chinatowns across the West. If you're looking for an untold story of the Western United States that challenges familiar mythology, you found it. I'm Brian Oster, and now you know the West.
Chipizla, chiqui.